Hello and welcome to another episode of The Lamp. I am Kokomo Lantern publisher Pat Muncy, and with me today is Caitlin Sheets, who is the new marketing director at the Greater Kokomo Economic Development Alliance, Chamber of Commerce.
Economic Development Manager.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Start over.
Oh, we don't start over here. No, this is all one continuous take because I want people to know I am not perfect. If you couldn't tell just by looking at me, this is not perfection, guys. This is just one continuous accident after another that happens to breathe. That's me. But Caitlin, she has a highfalutin title that I've already forgotten, but she's here to talk to us today about a really cool competition that Greater Kokomo puts on. It's called The Drive. It is for young and burgeoning businesses that are looking for a step up, and it's kind of like Shark Tank in that they're going to go head to head in front of a panel of quote unquote experts in the hopes of receiving a $10,000 first prize. Is that a pretty good nutshell of what this is about? All right,
yes.
Well, let's go a little deeper than the shell of that nut. Tell me a little bit about The Drive.
Sure. So it's October 3rd at Hinkst Hall on the Ivy Tech campus. We've got 4 judges. Several of them have been judges in the past year's competition. One of them was our winner last year in the competition.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so she's come back with a new role this year. We're so excited about it. This competition has continued to grow over the last several years. This is the biggest it has ever been. Of all of the applicants, Lori and I interviewed 16 of them.
Which, and in previous years, that number has been?
I think maybe 5 the first year interviewed for 3 spots. That was maybe 2019. A couple of years ago, it was maybe 7 interviewed for the 3 spots. So interviewing 16 this year was a drastic increase.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of marketing efforts into strategically making it bigger and better each year. So
sure, and it says a lot about the community that we have 16 new businesses that have come into existence within the last 2 years that are eligible for this competition, and it says a lot about the efforts that the Greater Kokomo is putting forth into this program as well. So really, it's kind of a cool extension of the incubator philosophy that Inventric was founded on.
Yep. Absolutely. So it's really neat. We have narrowed down to 3 finalists. Okay. One of them, Christina Diaz is her name. She owns the Kingdom Kids Learning Center. That's kind of an early kindergarten prep readiness daycare center for kids in the Kokomo area. She is incredible and has a really captivating story that I'm so excited to share with the public as we start pushing out some social media promotion and things for the competition. We have Gary Reinbarger from the Ryan Hall Event Center. Yep. So he will be talking with us about some expansion opportunities. And we're crafting his pitch right now. And then our last finalist is Luke Talley of the Backwoods Trading Company.
I've run into him too.
Have you? He's so cool, and he's got an excellent story as well. So yeah, we just completed our first round of monthly meetings with all of the finalists. Okay. So I think really the magic of the competition is that they get to present in October and they have a chance at that $10,000 prize. But where the hard work happens is between now and then.
Okay.
We'll meet with them all at least monthly and give them really specialized advice for how they can grow their business. And we just did SWOT analysis with all of them, for example. So found their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as businesses and as business owners. And that's where we'll dive in. So we'll go through numbers, incomes, profits, cost of goods, things like that, and find where we can help each of them move the needle.
So even if they don't win this competition, they're getting a wealth of knowledge and instruction in kind of it has some structure, but really this is tailored to their needs.
Completely. And Lori and I in every interview have said this is the reason that we're not the judges. We want to be the cheerleaders for everyone. Even applicants that we interviewed who weren't chosen for a finalist opportunity, we're still in contact with and helping them, in furthering the development of their business in whatever way it may be. So
that's fantastic. So there are 13 businesses that won't be featured in the Shark Tank type, the drive, but they're using the SBDC, the Small Business Development
Absolutely.
Corporation here?
Yep.
What other kind of resources do they have access to along with the 3 finalists?
They have our contact information up in the Alliance office. So we maintain relationships with them and go back and forth and set up meetings. We've had finalists from previous years that we're still in contact with, helping them continue to grow their businesses and their outreach in the community. So I've been saying to everybody, this is just the beginning of a relationship. So hats off to everyone who applied for the competition, interviewed for the competition. I think it's one of the hardest things in the world to put yourself out there and say, hey, I have this incredible skill, or I create something homemade that, I want to make accessible to the community, but maybe they're an expert in that skill or whatever their craft is, but not everybody's an expert in business operations. So
there's a lot more that goes into running a small business than just doing the work of that business that the consumer sees.
Yeah.
And so I can empathize with that.
And it's highly emotional. So throughout this process, it's still early now, but I've learned so much about the business owners and all of the trials and tribulations and the barriers that have stood in their way. And it's incredible to see, the sacrifices that they have made for the pursuit of their businesses or for the pursuit of economic development in our community. So that's what we'll be highlighting going into the competition. So hoping that inspires people. We know that, the work for next year's competition starts now.
Okay.
People are starting to see, what goes on, and maybe they hadn't heard about it before, or they were intimidated or scared to ask questions. So this is the opportunity for them to kind of dive in, see what it's about, and maybe apply or...
Sure. So when we get to the end in October, what happens?
It's going to be 6 p.m. At Hinkst Hall on October 3rd.
That's on the Ivy Tech campus.
Correct.
Hinkst Hall, right?
Yes. So each finalist will present for 10 or so minutes. Prior to the competition that evening, all of the judges will have received their formal business plan that we're putting together. So they'll have some background and be prepared for the presentation. And then there's a Q&A session with each finalist as well.
And people can actually attend this and watch this?
Absolutely, yeah, we encourage that. Between 100 and 150 people probably, I've heard maybe even up to 200 were in attendance last year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's free to attend. It's a really great opportunity. This is how we know about what's going on in our community and what small businesses are emerging and what they're facing.
So if I want to learn more about the drive competition, where do I go?
Our website, Greater Kokomo, houses all of that information. So greaterkokomo.com/thedrive has all of the information. It has information on the finalists. And then we have, within the Alliance, several social media accounts that we'll be pushing out information for at least a couple times a month from now until October. So you can look at the Inventrek Facebook page or the Greater Kokomo Economic Development Alliance page and find all of that.
And if you're a business that doesn't meet the criteria, you've been here more than 2 years, or you're larger than a startup, or even if you are but didn't get into the competition, it's not like we can't benefit from what Inventrek and Greater Kokomo offers outside of the competition, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And so, like I said, this is just... Lori puts it very well when she says the competition is just one day that highlights what we do every day. So it's a great passion of mine to invest in our local businesses and be sure that we're hearing them and we're amplifying their concerns and what they need to succeed, because that's the backbone of our economy. So we're here to do that every day, as well as the ISBDC. They're here, and we obviously are not experts in all aspects of business. No one is, but I think that what's really special about the Alliance is that we have the network to connect people with the experts.
Yes,
Which is,
and the investors too.
Yep, absolutely.
So, once you start a relationship with Greater Kokomo, it's not just, oh yeah, I've got a chamber membership and I give them $1,000 every year and I get to use the building, right? It's a lot more than that.
It's so much more than that.
And you don't actually have to be a chamber member to benefit from some of what you offer, right? So
Definitely.
it's kind of like you get a taste of it. Once you get a taste of it, though, you want to be a chamber member because there are a lot of great things that are going on here and a lot of great features that you offer to local businesses.
Definitely. I highly, highly recommend becoming a chamber member for our local businesses. It is the number one way, I think, to put yourself on the map and take advantage of all of the opportunities that are available to small businesses in our area. They give you a lot of face time and media coverage, networking opportunities, all kinds of things that you just wouldn't know about or have access to otherwise. And then speaking of small businesses in the community, our $10,000 prize comes from all of our sponsors for the competition.
Well, yeah, we definitely need to give them some recognition.
Yeah, so I can give you a list for that for sure. There are several of them, but we're so thankful for them. And I mean, without sponsors, none of this would be possible, and we wouldn't get to extend the gift of $10,000 to
Sure.
the hardworking and lucky winner at the end.
Now, some of you might think, oh, $10,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but I can tell you as a small business owner,
Absolutely.
$10,000, that covers like 5 months of expenses for me. So that is a huge leg up for a small business. And so that's a prize that you really should go for. I mean, when is the next time that a small business can apply for the next round of the Shark?
Well,
the drive.
I believe we start taking applications in February of each year, and then by April and May, we're doing interviews. But just keep a lookout for it, and if you have any interest now, you can always call our office at the Alliance, or if you have a small business need or there's any way that we can help you or connect you with resources, we're happy to do that outside of the competition. But
Caitlin seems to know a whole lot about this, but she's not been with the Alliance very long at all.
3 months.
3 months. She's learned her stuff quick. So
I had a good teacher.
Let's learn a little bit about Caitlin.
Yeah, so I'm the Economic Development Manager here at the Alliance. Born and raised in Kokomo. I'm a Northwestern Tiger. And then I moved to Bloomington for 4 years and got a business degree from the Kelly School at IU.
Nice.
Yep, so I have a degree in business from there with a marketing major as well as a law, ethics, and decision-making co-major.
All right.
And a psych minor. So
wow, look
that's given me a unique perspective, I think, to come here and learn from Lori and the rest of our team who have made such great strides in our community and really have progressed us forward in light years.
Sure. So 3 months on the job, what's your favorite part of it so far?
The drive competition.
Really? Okay.
Without a doubt.
Wow.
Without a doubt. It is truly one of the most fun things I have ever worked on.
All right.
Connecting with the business owners. And it's been so fun. It's like a puzzle, the way it fits together to dig into their business model and then kind of into like the person as the business owner and find how we can perfectly craft this story to give them the best chance possible at winning. And for each of the 3 finalists, it's so incredibly different. We have a really, really diverse group of business offerings, and it's really cool.
All right. So, again, come this October, sounds like you don't want to miss the drive competition live at Hingst Hall on the Ivy Tech campus, brought to you by the Greater Kokomo Economic Development Alliance. I want to thank Caitlin for her time here today. I hope that you guys learned a little bit about what's going on. And if you are a small business owner, if you find that the Alliance seems to offer something that might help you, please get a hold of them. I am happy to say that I am a Chamber of Commerce member and an active user or consumer of the offerings that they offer here. It's really helped my business, and I didn't think I needed help. So just kind of set that aside of your I have to do it myself thing, and realize there's a lot of help out here for you that can help you grow as a business in ways that maybe you didn't even realize you could. So again, Caitlin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned
this
for
is
the
great.
drive.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem at all. So that's all we'll have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Pat Muncy with the Kokomo Lantern. Please be good to each other.